Hello, watch people. Today we'll be looking at the Avi-8 Flyboy. Real nice watch. I think you'll like my little review on it. I really enjoy the piece. But first we'll do a wrist check. I'm wearing the Seiko SRP E53. It's got a blue dial. It's not really showing, but you can kind of see it right there. It's a real nice blue. Little 40 millimeter watch. I'll be doing a review on that on a later date. But today we're talking about the Avi-8 Flyboy. By the way, guys, my name is Hector, and welcome to Winding Crowns. Here is the watch we'll be looking at today. It's actually a real nice watch. I like it because it's not too big or too small. It's a 42 millimeter watch, but it wears like a true 42. It doesn't wear like some watches say they're 42, but they wear like 44s, and then some say they're 42 and they wear like 39s or 38s. This wears true to its size. It's a 42 millimeter and it wears true. There's no crown guards to give you that effect, you know, that visual effect. They could be bigger, because sometimes when they protrude out, then you got like notches coming out and stuff, even though the diameter could be 42, with all the extra stuff on the case and stuff. They measure from here, but some watches have, you know, bulges here. And well, no, this watch is just a circle with lugs, and it's a true 42. Also, it wears small because it's got all brushed. As you can see, the crown is polished, but everything else is brushed. The bezel, the flat side brushed, then it dips down, brushed, then it dips down a little bit right there, as you can see. The facet there, the facet down, then the facet dropping down, then the sides, got the horizontal brushing, then the drop on the bottom of the case, and then the case back, everything brushed except for the attention to detail where they do the little chamfered edges that are nice and polished. See it right there? Boom, look at that. Look at that, those polished edges. See that? Got a little, there you go, a little reflection there. That's really nice, and they're clean too. It's not like they rushed them and they look terrible. They're nice, look at that. Just a little bit, just to show they care and that they didn't want to just do, you know, that you could have just easily done the top of the lug and dropped straight down, but did a little something. But mostly brushed. I also like that they signed the crown with the bullseye there. See that? Which is on the second hand. You see that? It's a red second hand with a blue outline bullseye, the white towards the center, and then in the middle is that red. So you got the red second hand, the blue outline, the white, and then the red. Just a pop of color, nothing crazy. That's their little signature thing there, the little bullseye. It's discreet. You don't really notice it when you're wearing it, but there it is. Right there on the crown as well. And then the case back. Also like that it's like most micro brands use this type of clasp, but it's got real deep engraving there on the keeper that locks over. You can kind of pick it up that it's kind of deep. See that? And then of course, this joint is solid. Nice and solid, look at that. Not like Seiko. And then solid links. Look at that. They use push pins, but I don't mind. I like push pins because they're easy to take out. You just follow the arrow. Those arrows tell you push down, it comes out the other side. And then when you take your links out, you push them back from the side which they came out. The non-arrow side. And there you go. Easy to size. Real easy to size, and they're nice and solid. This is an engineer's type of bracelet. Even the end links are nice. Sorry about that, I'm knocking the camera over here. As you can see, the end links are nice and solid. And look at that case back. I've got tape over it because I'm a flipper, and then I like to keep the case backs nice and clean. I'll let you take them off, take the tape off, and you can scratch it up all you want to, but As you can see, there's a real deep engraving. Let's see if I can zoom in on this thing. You see that? Look at that. Look how deep that engraving is. It is deep. It is very well done. The tape is kind of blocking, but you can see that that says stainless, all stainless steel. And look at that. In between the words, there's that bullseye again. Sapphire crystal. The sapphire says bullseye, automatic movement. Look at that, water resistant 50 meters. This is not a diver, it's an aviator type watch. But I mean, look at that. Bead blast and brushing. That's so well done, guys. It's so deep. It's incredible how much work they put into these watches at the pricings. Look at that. The Flyboy with the leather helmet and the goggles. Be just awesome. Look at how solid that is. Look at that huge crown too. Typical aviator crown. Look at that. A diamond. You know how those are usually onion or diamond. That is a beautiful, look at that. If that was a ring, look at that. That's like that diamond on top of that ring. Look at that. They didn't have to do all that for the money. You know, look. You can't see, but that sacred crown is plain. And this is a Hardlex single dome sapphire. And you know what? Look at the blue. This is the black dial, look. Blue AR coating underneath. No AR coating. Hell, my Hamilton khaki Field 42, 0 AR coating. Look at that blue. Black, boom, the blue. AR coating. Single dome, and I like that because it gives it a vintage aesthetic when you get that distortion. Domed on top, flat on the bottom. Gives you that vintage distortion, which I like. Sapphire crystal, guys. It's even on the Caseback says so. And look at that. Huge numbers. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so forth. And I like the fact that at 12 o'clock they chose to go with a 0. I like the Avi-8 does that. They don't go with the typical 12, they go with the 0. You got the big aviator style hands with plenty loom. That white you see is all loom. The hands are just framed black. And look at where the hands or the loom stops and the hand connects to the middle section there. It disappears, don't it? Because it is pitch black there. It's just the loom. Like, look at the floating. I also like that they have the crosshair in the middle. You got the Avi-8 logo, which is not too big or too small. It's perfect on there. You got the word Flyboy. By the way, the black dial variant, which this is called the Edgar. They have different names for these watches, named after pilots or like a Hawker, which is after a plane, but this is called the Edgar. You see the Flyboy there, and you see the word automatic. That word automatic is actually in red. Can you see it there? It's actually red, but it's not in your face red. It just kind of blends in. That second hand, look at that sweep. It's a Seiko, I believe, a NH35 movement, I believe is in this. Also like the fact that they did real good with the date. They chose to color match the date wheel with the dial. Look at that. A lot of higher end watches don't do that. Don't know why. It could easily be done, but they don't. Well, Avi-8 said, you know what, I'm going to give you a black color wheel to match the dial. And so it doesn't disappear and you don't have a hard problem finding the date on there at a quick glance. We're going to frame it for you. And look at that. Beautiful. That triangle with the 2 dots on the top is pushed up with the outer ring with all the hash marks and the rectangular indices. It's up there. So it leaves room for that 0 in this case. It could be a 12, but it's a 0. You got your 24-hour scale, but because that date window's there, they decided to leave the 15 off, which is great because Hamilton on that 42 mil, just move it inward and it looks out of place. And this watch does not look out of place. The scale is in a perfect circle. See that 21, 22, 23, 24. It's a perfect circle minus the 15. So it looks perfect. You got your crosshairs giving it nice symmetry. The logo right up on top. The Flyboy and the red automatic. Your little pop of color on the hand with your little bullseye there. Huge crown. And of course, the name of the channel is Winding Crown, so we can't go without winding the crown. Look at that huge monstrosity. Look at this, guys. I'm going to go ahead and let's see if I can get that. If I can get to pop out right quick there. And let's go ahead and see that. Move those out the way so you can kind of see there. Look at that. See that perfect symmetry? It's not the fourth, it's the third. I just wanted to get those hands out the way so you can see that perfect symmetry between the 23, 24, 13, 14. Look at that. Beautiful. Nice engineer bracelet. Everything's solid, guys. You know how much these are going for on the website? Like $285. But there's like a Avi-8 20% off code that's to anyone. You go on the website, it's there. Just put it in the cart. Drops it down to what? I don't know, $235 or $2 something. I mean, that's incredible. This cost that. And this has the same, basically same Seiko movement. Maybe this guy's a date aperture. This is just date, which I prefer because it looks a little bit more even. But it's a Seiko movement. This has sapphire crystal. This one does not. Solid end links. This one does not. Solid links. Real solid links. These are solid too, but they're pressed. Two pieces pressed together to make it solid. This is solid. You know what the class looks like on these. Huh? Like tin, right? It's just like folded piece of tin. This is this. Look at this. And guys, I don't know where these watches are manufactured. You know, who knows? But they're manufactured well. And I do know, I'm going to pull it up here, that to contact Avi-8, look at that. 20 Red Lion Street, Holborn, London. So it's a British company, it looks like. Another thing I like about this watch, fellas, is that I'm going to show you something that I really, really like. Just let me look it up right quick, guys. Bear with me. Is the IWC, is it the 18, I believe? And I'm going to show some images of the IWC. And you can see what the thing looks like, guys. Look at this. Look at this here. Oops, let's see. It's a great looking watch. It is, look at that. I mean, there's just a quick picture of it. See that? I mean, there's different variations of it, but it looks so similar to, here's a good pick, guys. Look at this. The numbers. They choose to leave the 12 out and just put a big triangle. Some of them put the triangle and the dots, like, say for instance, look at that. See the dot, the triangle and the dots? Triangle and the dots, but up high with the outer track, and then they put the 0 there. They leave the 0 or 12 out and just put that. The big logo IWC, the big logo Avi-8. The hash marks and the rectangles, the hash mark and the rectangles. In fact, they're more bold on the Avi-8. See, some of them are small here. I mean, they have just a standard crown. This has more like a big pilot crown. Look at the type of bracelet. Very similar. Engineer bracelet. It's just, for the money, guys, I mean, you can't go wrong with this watch. From the Caseback to the perfect 42 mil, not wearing too big or wearing too small, wearing perfectly, to the sapphire crystal with the AR coating, to that little touch of red with their little iconic bullseye, to the crosshairs. Oh, the tarmac texturing, the black tarmac texturing reminds me of a airport. Look at that. Let's see if I can get that better. Look at the texturing on this thing. Look at that. And look how the numbers stick up, and the triangle with the 2 dots and those big indices at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 alongside those numbers. The protruding numbers raised, even the paint, the Avi-8, the 24-hour scale, the crosshairs, the word Flyboy, automatic, everything is painted to perfection. Look at this, guys. Look for a flaw in that dial. That dust you see is on top of the crystal. There is no flaw in this dial. That dial is perfect. Look at the letters, Avi-8. Look how straight everything is. This is just ridiculous for the money. And in summary, this watch is just perfect. I think you'll really enjoy it. Look at it on wrist, guys. Hold on. Let me take off the Seiko right quick. Put the Seiko down. Look at that, guys. Let me see if I can pull out and not in. What do you think? Pretty nice, huh? I've got a lot of bracelet room on both sides. The watch right in the middle, the lugs are not too short or not too big. They're perfect. Plenty of bracelet on both sides. No hang over the wrist. And I got about a 7¼ inch wrist. That crown, not too big, so it's not going to stick there, but big enough. Look at that. Beautiful. And I'm going to show you a loom shot if I can. Hopefully, look at that. Look at that. See the Seiko in the background? I didn't hit it, but let's see if I can hit that right quick. Kind of rivals that Seiko, doesn't it? Look at that. Goodness gracious, that's beautiful. You even got the lettering that says Flyboy glowing. But it's not glowing because it glows, but because that loom underneath is doing that. Because I think if you pull it out and move it towards Avi-8, look at that. The Avi-8 is glowing. See that in the crosshair? That's how bright that loom is. It's making the A, the V, and the I glow. That's pretty cool. All right, let me get those lights back on, guys. There we go. In conclusion, guys, this is just a great watch. A beautiful watch. I really enjoy this watch. I wear it a lot. And if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. And until next time, watch people, take care. And never, I mean never, stop winding crowns.